We are Ben and MP, the couple who's been bringing this huge wooden sailboat back to life for the past years. We are finally taking the interior now, and the furniture is coming to life, which feels unreal. Join us today as we prove to you that dreams come true. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you won't miss out on what's coming next.
Now these are all in place, they all have to be made round. This one and this one have just been made round with a planer and a sanding machine because they're the biggest ones. The other ones, which are a little bit smaller like this, are just going to go through a router in a different shipyard. And if you get very lucky, I'll be able to show you something very, very cool. So this is going to be done to make it look nice and ergonomic. Also, the little piece of purple heart that went all the way around has been removed. And it's going to be sanded down and cut down into a smaller piece similar to this, which is going to fit nice around here so it still looks nice. Gilson, who's now working for us, was the guy who worked on this huge, and I'm not joking when I say pirate ship. Of course it's made for tourism, so I don't know how functional all the sails are and stuff. But he's the one who was working on all the little finishing touches here and building it. This thing is absolutely insane. Absolutely. I mean, 6 masts. I think they are fiberglass masts for decoration, but how cool is this? Immense.
Meet Galeão Santa Trindade, the biggest steam wooden boat built in Brazil yet. This pirate-themed boat is the newest tourist attraction that will operate in our region, in the city of Balneário Camboriú. And it is so big that it can carry around 600 passengers per trip. In case you're curious, which you probably are, it is 36 meters long, 10 meters wide, and its draft is 2.4 meters. How insanely big is that? But being honest, the real reason we went to visit it was not only so we could see and show you this immense beast, but also so we could borrow their tools for a bit. So let's get back to work.
So all the vertical columns so far of the furniture have been gone by the table router, and I've had a big tour of this boat, which is absolutely insane. It's the biggest themed pirate ship tour boat of Brazil, as in you go on for a day trip and so on. The amount of carpentry and varnish and finishing touches that have gone into here is insane. And we're very fortunate to have a Gilson on our team now, so he's finished this, moved over to ours, and he's an epic help. And I'm thinking we should not have the correct tools more often so he can come here. Well, actually that's not true, because if everything goes according to plan, this week that boat's going into the water and heading down to Balneário Camboriú, I think it is, where it'll be taking people out on day trips, which I think I might even go on one day. Oh, and one more thing, comment below what you think. I'm gonna look up the name of it later, of putting a sculpture on the bowsprit of Yabá. Comment below if you think that's a good idea. If so, what are we gonna put on it? This is our countertop. What do you think? You can already see it, and I'm doing a trick that boat sellers use to use a wide angle lens. It's only so you can see more of the boat and not just my face or hands. So yeah, this whole area here is going to be a cooktop and storage, and exactly this place is going to be the stove, and under it the oven. And everything here on the right is going to be cooktop, fridges, freezers, and so on. I have no idea how it's going to feel when it's ready. Every time a piece of wood goes up, it gets smaller and smaller. So we'll have to see what it's like when all the furniture is in. Here inside the boat, a lot of the foundations of the furniture have been finished in the galley, which is the only place we need those foundations. The rest is all going to be fastened onto the bulkheads and the flooring. So the next step is continuing with that. However, we just received a nice big sheet of cedar plywood, which we just had cut in strips of 15 centimeters, which is going to fit nicely in between those two halves of plywood bulkheads that go around practically the whole entire boat. Why are we doing this? It is so that we can have a little area to access wiring and the backs of the switches and whatever USB plugs, whatever we're going to put in on the walls, without having to remove all of the plywood bulkheads. So it's a little 15 centimeter piece, which is hopefully also going to look very nice. They've just been cut, and now we're going to install them where they have to be installed, and they're easily to be removed and placed whenever we need to.
Wondering what's going on with all this cedar in the middle of the wall. That's exactly what's going on. We're adding this little panel made of cedar in the middle of the wall because there is where the switches are gonna go, and then we're gonna have this panel that's easily removable so you can get access to the switches and the cables and everything behind them. So the walls can stay, and we just remove this little panel to access that, and also because it looks so nice. So this is the cedar marine plywood together with this cute switch. Of course, we still need to varnish this. We just installed it, but I already love it. Do you guys like it? Let us know. Time of truth. Caillou,
Come here.
come here.
Come here.
Come here. Come.
Come here.
Come, Caillou. Ah. You win.
Go there.
Look at me.
I've put you guys in a very wide angle right now because we're in the smallest room of the boat. So this is now the base of the furniture with a little rodapé, which we call in Portuguese, which is gonna, this is practically, this purple heart is to hold the rest up and to create the foundation. So this is in place now with epoxy. We want some of it at least lower down on where it's gonna be wet, like here in the head. to be glued and put in place with epoxy in case so the glue doesn't come off. And now we're going to start building upwards, which is going to be the nice framing that goes around it. So hopefully when this is done, you'll be able to see very clearly what the sizing will be of our head, which is super exciting. I am useless with epoxy. I mean, I can glue stuff, but I make a big mess. But it's all wood, and the advantage of wood is it can all be sanded down. At least I hope so. And then we're going to varnish this piece anyway, paint the inside in epoxy primer. Hello wide angle viewers, hang on. Hello super wide angle viewers, that's better. I tried to film as much as I could of this for you guys, but it was very difficult because him and I were inside the whole time. And this place, even though it may look big to you right now, hang on. This is the size of the room. There, I'm back. I hope I managed to capture some of this, as it was a Julsong Ami in here in this tiniest room of the boat probably, and we were probably always in front of the camera. But anyway, let me just explain to you quickly what we've done. The base piece, the plywood, has been epoxied onto the Purple Heart contour. The first piece of this nice finishing has been placed, second piece has been placed, another piece is going to come on top and then go back down. However, we are waiting for the parts to arrive from the CNC to see if this is actually feasible, because of course that comes in one size, and this is on paper one size, and then this is a different size. You can wash your hands now. Wait, let's squeeze in here. You can wash your hands now.
Whoa! This is already something, right?
Yeah, and you can go and sit there. If you guys are wondering what that is, and Peel demonstrate right now. Why is it at this angle?
Because the toilet goes there.
Show us how it works.
No.
Oh, I'll show you how it works. So here, I'm going to just shut this door for you. I'm going to open the door, and then I'm going to here, like so. I'm going to wash my hands and leave. Open the window because it's smelly.
We can't express with words how amazing it feels to have our furniture being made. After so long working on the boat without having a relaunch date in mind, it's easy to lose sight of the so wanted sailing life. But somehow, seeing the interior take shape made the completion feel closer than ever, and we cannot wait to see how this journey will unfold. A journey that's only possible thanks to our subscribers, patrons, and supporters. So thank you so much, Adrian, Pedro, Joseph, and Wiley, for being our supporters of the week. See you all next Sunday. Bye!
While the epoxy is drying and it's very hot inside, there is something that we don't want to announce, but I think it's only fair to. We don't want to risk being in the water and having that as an issue.
Você está fazendo um trabalho muito difícil. Obrigado.